And tell me about yesterday was today's leadership summit. Yesterday was the Real Politics Training School. Tell me what that entailed.
Well, it was really training for grassroots leaders and activists on the hardcore techniques of pressure groups. And you basically were incubated a group of leaders here who will go back to their states and learn to put pressure on their state legislators. Basically the mechanics of getting bills not so much passed but killed. It's easier to kill a bill than it is to pass one. But we got a really good insight into the true nature of politics and how to deal with politicians, both from the inside and the outside. So that's what I'm looking forward to taking action on all that stuff.
And as you talked pressure groups, are these like lobbying type tactics?
Absolutely, but there's grassroots lobbying. There's a big distinction. There are two basic kinds of lobbying. There's inside lobbying based on access-based lobbying, and that's the kind of lobbying which has such a negative connotation for us. Those are the guys that are buddy-buddy with all the legislators and they're going to the cocktail parties. That's not us. We're going to be out there in the districts beating them up when they don't do what we want, causing the legislators pain, and hopefully giving them some pleasure when they do what we want them to do. I'm interested to hear what our agenda is going forward. We were very active in the state of Florida with the Republican Liberty Caucus and other friendly groups and organizations that sort of align themselves with the Ron Paul campaign or have a lot of members who are also supportive of Ron Paul. But yeah, I'm looking for some overall coordination. What's our program? How we're going to work within the GOP, and so that some of that message needs to come from the top. What's the next step?
I'd like to kick off this event with a guest speaker, someone we all know and respect and love, Dr. Paul.
There are a lot of big, dangerous things going on in the country and in the world, but we're responding to it. And there's some big things going on in the movement for the protection of liberty and the restoration of our Constitution, and that's what you're part of, and that's what we should be excited about. Who else is going to take care of this? And I believe personally, this is a personal philosophic belief, is that if you become aware of a problem and you become knowledgeable and you become convinced that there's a better way to do something, that you have a much greater obligation than those individuals who are living in ignorance. And they don't know what to do. The one thing I am absolutely convinced of is the status quo will not be maintained. It just doesn't happen in history. Things either go up or go down, and unfortunately over the years they've been going down, and we're sick and tired of that, and we want things to go up. We want more freedom, not less freedom. Our philosophy is worth its salt. It will infiltrate. It will not only infiltrate the Republican Party, but it will infiltrate all the political parties to change their minds. The traditional politics of today, which is Keynesian economics, monetary system that is paper money, ignoring the Constitution, a foreign policy that makes no sense whatsoever. It's all coming to an end. And it will come to an end. I would like to think that the campaign sort of boosted things along and sped things up and got us in a position where we will have an impact on this country. Yeah.
This magic moment, so different and so new, was like any other, until I met you, and then it happened. It took me by surprise. I knew that you felt it too. I could see it by the look in your eyes. Sweeter than wine, softer than a summer's night. Everything I wanna have whenever I hold you tight. This magic moment, while your lips are close to mine, will last forever. Forever till the end of time. So why won't you dance with me? Hey, baby. Why won't you dance with me? This magic moment, so different and so new, was like any other, until I met you, and then it happened. You know, it took me by surprise. I knew that you felt it too, by the look in your eyes.
America, my home, sweet. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
gentlemen, Rockie